Trisha Paytas recently posted a video called Addressing the Lies, where she talked about still getting hate, being cancelled, and not owning up to her lies and all that good stuff. First of all, she'd said she's numb to hate because she's so used to it. Trisha then discussed her contradictions because they're currently trending on TikTok. So there's literally so many TikToks of past clips of Trisha merged together with clips from recent years showing her lying. Some lies are not so bad while others are quite full on. Trisha mentioned these TikToks and explained her view on them, but firstly she'd said that her lies growing up were never aimed at hurting people. They were aimed at making herself and her life seem better than what it was. She says she probably did it out of boredom or disassociating. She also talked about how there's this one contradicting video of her on TikTok talking about not wanting to look poor, and she agreed and said yes, she wanted to be rich ages ago, and now times have changed, etc., and that she's not lying, she has changed and grown for the better. Her focus on money and caring about what other people think about her has changed dramatically. Trisha said she's changed her mind on parenting and how she believes in nannies and daycare now. Whereas when she wasn't pregnant, she was out here shaming Ethan and Gila for having a nanny. Trisha says that she will try really hard to not have a nanny, but if she's overwhelmed, she may change her mind, depending on her mental health. Now, she says she doesn't like to shame family channels, but at the same time, she doesn't like the idea of using her kid for clickbait. But doesn't she aim to do that in the future? Trisha mentioned how people swear she's lying over her pregnancy, but she's over proving them wrong. Trisha talked about lying online and drama and said that as a former trolling person, she's forgiven herself and has moved on spiritually and mentally. And she mentioned how trolling didn't leave a good feeling in her heart in the past. Overall, she'd said humans are contradicts by nature, and she said there's a huge difference between lying and changing your mind. Lastly, she said if people perceive her one way, she can't change that, and she's fine with that now. So recently, there was an article that came out exposing a subreddit dedicated towards hating on Trisha Paytas. Kat Tembage, who wrote the article, had tweeted, "Trisha Paytas is 9 months pregnant. Throughout her pregnancy, Trishy Land, a disturbing snark subreddit dedicated to harassing her, has nearly tripled in size. Reddit is closely reviewing." Needless to say, this article is getting quite the backlash from the subreddit. Many are questioning why Kat didn't do a huge Business Insider report on Trisha's past and all that drama that went down with regards to Trisha's husband. The article reads, "A famous internet troll faces frightening harassment as she's about to give birth. Snark communities that congregate around a particular person or celebrity have become increasingly toxic, with one about YouTuber Trisha Paytas causing alarm in the creator community." The article went on to discuss how Trisha's been receiving an insane amount of hate and doxing during her pregnancy. An Instagram account that one member believed to be affiliated with Paytas' fertility clinic was posted on Trishyland with a direction to introduce ourselves to the staff. It's not clear if anyone followed that suggestion. So let's investigate this subreddit. The first thing you see when you enter the subreddit is this. This is a snark subreddit. Yes, it's toxic. Yes, Trisha deserves hate. Now, as we all know, there's many reasons as to why Trisha has amassed a massive hate following, and that's because of all the horrendous things that she's done, and now she claims to be a changed person. And many of her hardcore fans truly believe she's changed, but I guess only time will tell. Some of the posts on the subreddit are quite honest, whereas others tend to be rather brutal. Here we can see someone reposted this tweet Ethan had made that said, "Ethan posted a statement about what's going on with Gabby. Trisha really lost a real one with Ethan." Obviously that was a subtle dig at Trisha. The tweet Ethan had posted had said, "Gabby Hanna seems to be in the throes of a manic episode. Please be considerate of that when talking about her online right now. We've lost YouTubers like this before, and everyone said never again. So be nice please. She needs help right now. Not ridicule." Then there's also harmless memes of Moses hugging a pregnant Trisha that's been photoshopped into a massive money bag. For those who don't get the reference, it's a metaphor for how Moses sees Trisha, because Moses was gossiping about Trisha years ago to his ex and leaked text messages that ended up online where he was saying he was going to get Trisha pregnant, ditch her, and then take the child support money and run. People were living for this meme. People also brought up Trisha's past on the subreddit, shady, nasty things she's done to Gila and Ethan Klein. Someone recently posted this. Trisha wore an IDF shirt to a Klein family dinner dinner, reminded that Healer was actually in the army, not by choice. Disrespectful and a mockery. I know IDF is a controversial subject, but that makes it even weirder that Trisha romanticized it by cosplaying it and making a mockery of it. Weird. The top comment under this read, "It's so inappropriate. Why she always has to cosplay everything? It makes things less special. Family gathering is about bonding, not cosplay competition. She always want to look different and try to outshine people in a bad way. Attention seeker much." And then the comment following this is probably why Kat Tembaj made that article, because people were making digs at Trisha's weight. If the subreddit just stuck to calling Trisha out instead of going at her looks, then I guess it wouldn't be called a hate Reddit, more like a Trisha accountability Reddit thread. Someone else made an interesting point under this post. They'd said, "To me, this just proves how unhinged she is. It's one thing to dress up like this on the internet and troll people, but holy shit, is it a completely different thing to wear this to a private dinner with your partner's family members who you haven't met before. To me, it's a way to be overly non-conforming and kill any expectations right from the start." She is saying that she does not respect the family or their culture and is willing to go to extreme lengths to show it. I imagine that nobody at the dinner was willing to challenge her when she's presenting this wildly unhinged. Yeah, so Trisha is known to be controversial. She's not so much anymore. She said multiple times over and over in her recent videos how she was only trolling for the views and money, but she has a completely different perspective on making money now, and she leads a much more boring life, which is what she prefers. But yeah, we can't forget how nasty Trisha was to Ethan and Healer during their high-risk pregnancy. Here was a tweet the subreddit brought up that she'd posted back in 2020. She'd said to Ethan, "You're a piece of shit. Just because you're not getting laid, you try and block everyone else. F you. You guys abandoned Moses because of all this. Your shit is F. I F'd your brother-in-law. Can't wait to F your dad next." Ethan responded, "I'm sure the love of your life, Moses, is thrilled to hear of your intentions to F my dad. He's fake as you and your dumb effing wife. Everyone hates you right now for a reason. Y'all fake as F. Moses just wants to F y'all's fans. Bye." Trisha truly thinks that this will all be resolved somehow when her child is born and they'll all be a big happy family again. But no, Ethan and Healer stand their ground. They don't want anything to do with Trisha or Moses. Fans of Trisha who've seen those tweets that she'd posted are defending her by saying, "Oh no, she's a changed person." But those tweets were only posted a couple of years ago, and the way she was acting was disturbing. Her aim was to make Ethan as uncomfortable as possible. Then of course on the subreddit there were heaps of posts about the article Kat Tembaj recently made, and people are like, why aren't more media outlets addressing Trisha's past in all of her abusive behaviour instead of all the hate that she's getting? Someone had said, "Articles like this are dangerous as they rewrite history and erase the damage Trisha has done to her victims. Trisha has maliciously attacked creators of all ages and sent rabid fans to harass them for 10 years. But now that she's been silent for 9 months after a major cancellation, it's okay now?" So what are your thoughts on Trisha Paytas, her recent video, and the subreddit dedicated to exposing her? Let me know in the comments.